everybody? It's your boy Rail back with another review, man. Yo, this is Snowfall Season 6, Episode 1 and 2. They gave us 2, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump it up in 2. Didn't make no sense in breaking both videos up. They both had both episodes up. They both seemingly are telling the same tale, right? So quick recap of where we left off. Season 5, Franklin went on the offensive. He shot those security, took the drugs, took the money, right? Because Teddy took his shit, so goddamn it, he's gonna get some get back. And you have to pardon me if my energy is low. Your boy is sick, but I got a lot of content. I am backed up, so I'm about to just be popping these bad boys out. All right. Anyway, so it ends with a possible war, right? We all was wondering how is Franklin gonna hold this? What is Louis gonna do? What is Louis and Jerome gonna do once they find out that Franklin went in and stole their shit? Now it picks up very nicely, actually. I like the showing the ramifications of what this war could possibly look like. That little girl waiting on the porch, her grandfather like, yo, where your pops at? He never came home. He was one of the security guarding the door. Oftentimes when we watch shows like this, when security gets popped, we don't think twice about it. Y'all didn't think twice about it when season 5 ended. We was just like, oh yeah, Franklin's finna go get his. We support that. Shot the security guards, it's whatever. Right? But here we see that one of those security is somebody's dad. He was out there making money for his little girl. And that's the reality of what's going on. And they showed that, and I thought it was beautiful because they never touch in on that. Typically, it's just a no-name character that gets popped, whatever, we move on. This one they show like, hey, everybody dropped. It's somebody something, and you're gonna feel it. So I think that's the tone they were trying to set out the gate. And we see Jerome making eye contact with the little girl crying and shit, and he's like, damn, it has begun. Now, because a lot was going on these 2 episodes, I want to break it down, character groups and acts. So first, I want to start with Franklin. Franklin ended season 5 on the offense, and he began this season on offense. So Franklin is all set for war, right? All last season, it was Louis disregarding him, making her own moves, and even stealing Franklin's connecting Teddy, right? Going behind his back, doing all that shit. And Franklin had tried numerous of times to try to bring her back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? Try to tell, like, look, I'll give you a sweeter percentage. We could be 50-50 partners. Let's just dead this. And Louis wanted none of it, right? And she forced Franklin's hand. So now he is going full offensive. Franklin's tactic right now is to put everything on them to where they can't recover and they're stuck in defense mode. So, A, raid the houses, right? Took the coke, took the money. Now, his next mode is to undermine their position in places like who they selling it to. So now he's going around town. He hit up the projects and told them, like, look, you're getting 12 a key. I'm giving it to you for 10, right? Because Leon's crew is no longer Leon's crew. And they told us that we're probably not going to get Leon and Wanda. They went back to Africa on some Nas and T shit from Belly. So they in Africa. It's done. Leon's gone. And he might be the smartest person. I always said that. Leon was like, look, let me get this bread and get the fuck up out of here. And yes, that's the main goal. If you're going to sell drugs, the main goal is to get as much money as possible without getting caught. You want to leave the drug game. You don't want to stay in it forever. Because just the simple mathematics is you're going to get popped by somebody who wants your shit, or you're going to jail. The feds are going to make a case. They're going to get you. So Leon left out on top, if you ask me. Braided up that nasty ass fro and took his girlfriend to Africa. Winner. He ain't got to stick around and deal with this shit that's going on in LA. He ain't got to choose sides. They ain't putting him in the middle no more. It's over. So Franklin is now undermining Jerome and Louis by taking their business. Then he is also visiting Kane. He let Kane know that they the ones who popped him, right? And Kane is now woke. He now can talk, and he was lightly threatening Franklin to let him know, like, bruh, this is happening. So you either on my side or you're not. We going through with this. And I think Franklin's only hesitation in fully helping Kane, like going in, is Jerome. I think Jerome. He don't get. I don't think Franklin gives a fuck about Louis, and vice versa. Louis could care less about Jerome. Now also, so he gave them two beefs. One where he's undermining their prices. Two, he's sicking a monster like Kane on their ass. Apparently, because when Kane came out of jail, I didn't know who the fuck he was. I didn't know what type of army he had. But he seems to be that dude. They make it Kane that guy this season. Because Scully was that guy at first. Now, he's also aligned with his mom. Franklin is aligned with Sissy to finally meet that KGB dude and take down Teddy. So Franklin is attacking them on all fronts. He's coming after the Connect. He's coming after the streets. And he's sicking motherfuckers on them. So Louis and Jerome got a lot of shit to worry about. Because Franklin is out here on some Rambo shit. He's getting shit lined up. He's getting shit done. Now, my thing is, I'm assuming that when Franklin finally met up with the KGB dude and told him everything about Teddy, we have to assume that Franklin made up his mind that if and when he can get his money back, that's all he cares about, the downtown property and getting the money back that was stolen. I'm assuming that when he signed up to do that shit with his mom, that he's about to lead the drug game. He's got to. Franklin has no other connect. Javi is dead. He was the gun connect, but Javi knew some people. Javi was his first introduction into the drug business. So that's it. That's dead. You got no more Javi. Gustavo works with Teddy. Gustavo was one of the dudes that helped link them up. Gustavo's running for his life. Looks like he's also after Teddy. And that's got to be it. Franklin has nobody. So once he gives all his information up to take Teddy down, that's the connect. That's it. So Franklin cannot no longer be part of the drug game. So he's 100% simply just trying to get his money back. I think Franklin is done with the drug business. It's over. It's now real estate, but he needs his money. So that's it. On the opposite end, we have Jerome and Louis now. Louis has a conversation with Jerome saying, look, I know that's your family, but this nigga put a gun in my face. You know what I'm saying? He would have shot me if it wasn't for so-and-so. I don't know how much longer we could do this. Like, I was respecting you, but shit's got to go down. And we all know Louis runs that relationship. She runs the business. And she knows just what to say to trigger Jerome, who's always on edge. Now, in their attempt to put out the fires, Jerome goes down to the projects to find out that Franklin is selling those stolen goods. And he trying to tell him, like, look, he only got this because he stole from us. Right? And right now, they got no product. They got no backup cash for the re-up. So Franklin already set them up for that shit where Louis has to go talk to Teddy and beg for more product. And she's you know what kills me? How sweet she is when she's with Teddy. Well, Franklin, I told him I couldn't help him, so he stole our drugs and money. So, I'm going to need those drugs on consignment, 300 keys, if that's okay. And Teddy's just like, yeah, sure, I got you. And I'm like, what? Had that been Franklin, he would have gave him a full talking to, let him know, tighten up your house and do all this shit. But Louis comes in, batting her eyes, talking all sweet. And then he's just like, yeah, whatever, I'll give you 300 on consignment. You're all good. And I'm like, ain't this a bitch? But I think when Teddy found out that Franklin stole from her, Teddy's like, yeah, it was going to be some ramifications for taking that nigga's money. Something was going to happen. So, yes, fair deal. Fair deal. And that's why I think that he ultimately was just like, all right, cool, get back on your feet. Now, we also see them go visit Scully to find out what's happening on the street with this whole Kane situation. Scully let him know Kane is a force to be reckoned with, and he's on your ass. He was telling them like, you shouldn't be beefing with family. Y'all need to dead this, but if not, watch your ass. And Scully has transformed. I don't know what the Scully. That ain't the guy. That ain't the guy we first met. This motherfucker is now an expert in what's that shit called? Where you in origami? This nigga has origami swans and butterflies all through his apartment in his famous robe. But you know what? I'm gonna give Scully a pass, man. He lost a daughter. He lost his girl. But he's still that dude. He's still that dude. Ain't nobody gonna try Scully because everybody know. Right now he's looking like Buddha, but he could easily turn into the devil. We didn't see Scully at work, but they still have a friend in that, I guess. But Scully doesn't sound like he'd interfere with some Kane shit. So they just getting more information, Jerome and them, about what Franklin got going on. Now, this is can we I didn't like this. I felt like the reason that Black Diamond is dead is 1000% on Franklin. We gotta talk about it. That was a big L. This so Franklin goes to the projects and tells him like, look, I'm giving it to you 10 to key. Hey, just have Jerome beat the offer and tell him I'm the one who set this offer up. You tell him whatever you want. This is my deal. And allow him to beat it. And if he can't, you buy from me. It's just business. That's 200K back in your pocket. Right? They ask smart man do the math. He's like, yep, that's right, 200,000 right back in your pocket. All right? And 200K sounds good to anybody on any day. Now, why is it Franklin's fault? Because he is in the midst of stealing a customer from Jerome. He is taunting him and telling him like, yo, tell him it was me. All right? And if you still buying from me, I'll send so-and-so at you this time of day. Like, that wouldn't, because when Diamond and Dallas was out there, I was afraid that the dudes from the projects was finna rob them, just take their shit and go, and team up with Jerome. Right? But they didn't. They did that. But who's not to say that they didn't call Jerome after the exchange was made and let him know exactly what was happening? Like, hey, we got a drop coming at this time. Franklin set Diamond up. And then everybody's surprised at what Jerome did to Diamond outside. Jerome always wanted to kill him too. He never fucked with Dallas and Diamond. Those were the ones who tried. Those two shot Louis. We can't forget that. Jerome never liked when they got employed. When Franklin was like, look, they roll with us now. Jerome was fucking pissed. He been wanting to shoot them two chicks. And now, so when we can't be shocked when he's doing that brutal pistol whipping. You know what I'm saying? Which was fucking hard to watch. Dallas screaming, stop hitting her. And Diamond just getting, goddamn, rest in peace, Diamond. She was getting hit with the heavy. Like, Jerome is big as hell already. So you add a pistol to his power, she never stood a chance. Never. So this was all Franklin's fault. Why would you send your two, he was running around like King of New York with the chick bodyguards. It's been done before. But why would he send two of his most valuable people off on their own to do something where Jerome could possibly be there? Like, he didn't have nobody else? Nobody. So I didn't understand that. But I did understand Jerome beating the shit out of Diamond like that. It was tough. So if you're mad at Jerome, you didn't forgot the story. He took pleasure in that shit. Louis almost died because of them two. She was fighting for her life in the hospital. And that came off the bullets from them two. It just is what it is. So, Diamond dead. Dallas is out of the business. She got to take care of all the kids. So Franklin lost this episode. He lost two down bodyguards. We also saw Franklin talking to some dude that's supposed to be tracking down Peaches. Peaches has supposedly left with like 10 million or some shit, and he's all over the country. Peaches out here fucking and getting a good drug shot him. He's on the beach somewhere. Peaches is an ill ass nigga. Do I think we're gonna see Peaches this season? I'm thinking we are. Because there's no way, if we wanted to just be done with Peaches, we'd have been just done. Because Franklin is now moving on to his wife, letting her in on the business. and asking, "Hey, I know your mama knows some people. Can she help?" Right, which is some wild shit. Wild. But I do think we're gonna see Peaches this season. Cause whoever do set up the 250 bounty, so somebody's gonna step up with Peaches. Is Peaches gonna have the money? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Franklin is hoping to get out of that, but he's trying to scrounge up every dollar. Franklin is on the mission to get his money back. I think the Peaches thing is going to lead to nothing but Peaches, doped up somewhere, spent the money, passed the money out. It's gonna be some ill shit that Peaches deal with that money. It ain't gonna be just in a duffel bag. It's like I don't know what Franklin is thinking. Um, but yeah. Then yeah, so back to Franklin with his wife's mother. So his wife shows up and yeah, he's trying to convince his wife. He opens the door. He's like, "Look, this is the coke. This is the money. This is the real business we in." Now we know his wife is a scammer. She was a raised scammer. Her mother was queen scammer and raised her to do that. So it's a scamming ass family, and she was just trying to turn over a new leaf. And Franklin is now dragging her back in. At first, she denied him, but then she's like, "Look, I'm gonna come in the clutch. I'm gonna at least talk to my mama and see what happens." And then she pops out with, the scene that was so cringy to me was when she pulled up with that dress on, like when Franklin was at the airport, I guess. And he's like, "Damn, what's going on here?" And she was like, this is Paris me. This is when I'm about to go handle business. This is what it looks like." And then she storms off, and I was like, "You ugly as hell." I was like, "Look, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be talking about nobody." But that fell flat. That fell flat. I didn't see nothing. I did. She act like she walked off like she was just delicious. I was like, "You played yourself. You played yourself." The walk, the dress. I don't know. I don't know. It's above me. But she thought she slayed with that walk. I said, "Man, if you don't put some joggers on, get your ugly ass on that plane, like get out of here. What you think this is?" So she goes, meets with her mom that she's been estranged from for so long. They chop it up, and at the end of it, the mom requests to meet with Franklin. And Mama's fine as hell. I don't know. She must look like her daddy. That must be some ugly, ugly motherfucker. Like you, where this your mama? Your mama look like your sister. Hey, you look older than your mama. I don't know. I don't know. Mom was killing them though. Mama was killing them. I don't know where she came from. They could have found her. I don't know. But anyway, so mom comes through and gives some good news to Franklin that she might know some people and that could get the money back because he didn't do it alone. It's not just like somebody had to pretend to be you. She gave him the whole rundown, right? So Franklin, this is the first time Franklin has had any hope. And what I found interesting is that her mom knew that the CIA didn't know about the money. They didn't want to know about the money, and they weren't going to have it in their personal stash because it's too much shit attached to it that could implicate them. And I was like, that's genius. Teddy took this money and he has it hidden somewhere else, but it's not government. It's not government. So it's still out there and available to be taken back. Now, if the government sees your shit, it's a wrap. But Teddy just got it in somebody else's name in some other bank. So that's the real move. Negotiate. So it's a good chance that Franklin gets this money back. Hot take, I do think he gets his money back. And I think that Teddy, when he sees that it's stolen, is over. Now let's talk about Teddy. He's been on the search for a girl, and he ends up finding her in a jail cell, which I thought was weird. Like we thought she was dead, but she was able to make a sketch of the dude that was in the house. So Teddy now knows the dude that was chasing him. He got his creepy nurse girlfriend back, which was really weird to see how she got picked up by the police. Like she was walking down the street by herself. Police pulled up and then like incarcerated. Was that supposed to be like did they think that she was illegal or something? I didn't understand. Why did they arrest her and put when she was headed to the crib? I didn't get that part. It just seemed like they rushed that. Like they changed their mind. It was like, look, we're not gonna kill her. We're gonna keep her, but we need to make up a reason why she was gone. She was walking home, and the police was like, yeah, no, you're gonna go to jail. I don't understand that. They didn't flush that out at all. Teddy got his girl, and then he comes up with a picture. But now Teddy's got several other issues. Also has traded on them too. So there's two different people after Teddy. He showed them the tunnels, and Teddy still thinking Oso on the side, and he's now discovering that the dude that she sketched is after his ass too. But he has no clue how deep it goes into. And then we see Oso and Franklin meet up at their wrestling joint that they always do, and they are creating some type of partnership on some. Let me get to Teddy. I need Teddy. Set Teddy up, and I'll let you know everything you need to know about that dude. But don't show nobody else that picture. Some deep shit, right? So now Oso is trying to survive. Everybody's after Teddy. Teddy done fucked over too many people, so it looks like it's over for Teddy. Now, the best scenes of this episode was when Sissy pretended to be Scarface when she was talking to Franklin. When she was like, fuck Teddy, fuck this, fuck, we're the Saints. It's very much Scarface-ish. Fuck the fucking Diaz brothers. Fuck them all. Right? That was Sissy Scarface moment. So she got that speech and motivated her son to be with her. And then the meeting between Jerome and Franklin. Jerome goes down the storyline of when Franklin first came into this world and how much he meant to him, and just looked at him and said, where the fuck did I go wrong? How did I fuck this up? What did I do? And I said, damn. And then Franklin hit him with some hard truths, saying, nigga, where would you be without me? You wouldn't have shit. I gave you everything you got, and was slapping the shit at Franklin at that table. I'm talking about, he was eating them bitches, though. I don't know, ever since Franklin got shot, he turned to a Terminator. Motherfucker was eating a couple strikes from Jerome, and I thought that was very impressive. He stood up on his ass with that pistol, and then Jerome sitting there crying, talking about, please kill me. I thought that was interesting. Only because Jerome is tired. Trying to stand in between his nephew, his sister, and his wife. He don't want no part of this. He never did. And death for him at that point would have been welcoming. Like, Jerome's ready to tap out. I think he gave up. And if Jerome gave up, like he did at that table, that leaves Louis. And Louis is nowhere near ready to give up. And how is that doped out detective still pulling moves? How is he still able to get police to help him commit crimes, pull people over, and let them get the shit beat out of them? If like what? How is he not a cop but still? I don't understand. I'm so sick of this shit. Now, what I think is about to happen is, hot take. I think the hot take is, next episode. What's gonna happen next episode? Hot take. Next episode. Franklin's gonna have that meeting with Teddy. Is one of them gonna end up getting shot? No. I think they're gonna have another conversation about my money, about Franklin's money. But I think the mom will. Okay, hot take. Next episode, the mom gives Franklin his money back, and also begins to set up Teddy for that famous Franklin Teddy meet. I don't know if Teddy doesn't get out of that thing shot, and maybe his girlfriend catches a stray bullet, because they should be together when Franklin pulls up. It's a good chance that she gets popped right after we seen it. That's where I'm going with it. Louis, I think that Kane is going to make a move on Louis and Jerome. I think they're going to shoot some shit up. I think Kane is on their ass next episode. That's the hot take. And I think we see what Peaches is. That's why I got happening for episode 3. But please get in the comments. Let me know your hot takes. Who I had winning this episode? Jerome. Both of them. I think Jerome was acting his ass off. He's fucking killing it. When he was like sinisterly, like he was just like viciously beating Diamond, asking where is he, and just like he just blanked out. Like that was cold-blooded shit. And then that conversation with Franklin at the table, and then that conversation with Sissy when they had that dinner together. I think Jerome just hands down outacted everybody in both these episodes. That's who I got winning them episodes. But with that, man, until next week with episode 3, please put your hot takes in, favorite scenes, who you got winning. All right, and with that, protect your health, yourself, your wealth, man. Your boy Rail is out of here. Peace.
Yo, I know I don't need no introduction, but y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Hollywood Rail, and I appreciate you for sliding through and watching these videos. But you know what I need from you? All right, if you ain't already, I need you to like this and subscribe this, man. We at 1,000 trying to get to 2, all right? Push it for your boy. Get them algorithms up. So when it come to that subscribe button,